Because all of a sudden in Iowa, you got double-digit leads according to the CNN most recent poll. Is this now a two-man race?
I don't know that it is. I doubt it is. You know, you never know what's going to happen. I know I'm working very hard in Iowa. That's the one where somebody's closest to me, but I took a pretty big lead over the weekend, if you saw the polls that came out, including yours. We've taken big leads everywhere. I mean, nationally big leads. In New Hampshire, very, very big. In South Carolina, amazing. So Iowa's very important to me.
What do you have that Ted Cruz doesn't have?
Well, look, I don't want to knock anybody, but he's got a lot of problems. He's got a problem with his Canadian birth. He was born in Canada. It's a real question. And, you know, as you know, Lawrence Tribe from Harvard and many other lawyers are saying he can't do what he's doing. He's not allowed to run. And you have some lawyers that say definitively he cannot run. That's
Is that why his numbers have gone down in Iowa?
I don't know. I think it has an impact because I think they said 36% of the people agree that he can't run for president. He was born in Canada, and he was born on Canadian soil. Now, he can run for Prime Minister of Canada, but I don't think he can. I honestly don't know if he can run. And there's a question mark, and you know, if he ever got the nomination, the first thing that will happen, the first day, the first week, will be he will be sued by the Democrats, and that's going to be it. I mean, you know, what are they going to do, go 2 years and nobody's going to know? It would take years to go through the court system. So he should solve that problem. In addition to that, he has the Goldman Sachs problem where he borrowed a lot of money, he never said it. Then he borrowed money from Citibank, he never told anybody, he never disclosed it.
He did disclose it to one entity of the federal government, but not to another.
He didn't put it in his personal disclosure form, okay, financial disclosure form, and you got to do that. I mean, you got to do it. He's got two banks, but he didn't do it for a reason. He didn't do it because he doesn't want people to see that he's borrowing from banks that he's supposed to be regulating.
The establishment Republican candidates, they're basically four: Marco Rubio, Chris Christie, Jeb Bush, John Kasich. Who do you see as your biggest threat?
I don't really view anybody. I just want to do my own thing, Wolf. I mean, I could say this one, that one, what difference does it make? I just want to do my own thing. We're really resonating. We're doing great with evangelicals in Iowa, as an example. And nationwide, I'm leading with the evangelicals by a lot. And we're doing fantastically with the Tea Party. They're terrific people. We're doing great with the Tea Party. We're doing great with everything. I mean, I'm leading every national poll by a lot. And now I'm leading every single state, and in most cases by a lot.
You just posted a Facebook video. You say the establishment is against you. Why do you say that?
Well, I think the establishment actually is against me, but really coming online, because they see me as opposed to Cruz, who is a nasty guy who can't get along with anybody. You know, look, at a certain point, you got to make deals. We can't have a guy who stands in the middle of the Senate floor and every other senator thinks he's a whack job, right? You know, you have to make deals. You have to get along. That's the purpose of what our founders created. And Ted cannot get along with anybody. He's a nasty person. You don't see that. And even when he was supportive of me, I kept saying, watch what's going to happen. He's a nasty guy. And he brought it up at the debate. He started it. I finished it. But he brought it, you know, he started getting very bad at the debate. And then he tells lies. I mean, he said, I knocked down some woman's home. He's got bulldozers. I never knocked down her home. She didn't want it. And the words eminent domain, you wouldn't have roads. You wouldn't have airports, you wouldn't have hospitals, you wouldn't have schools. You have to have eminent domain. By the way, the Keystone Pipeline is all based on eminent domain. You wouldn't move that thing 10 feet without taking that land on which it sits. And by the way, all those people get paid a lot of money. It's not like they take it and pay a lot of money. But he makes a big deal out of eminent domain. You wouldn't have a country. You wouldn't have one highway in this country if you didn't have, you wouldn't have a railroad. You wouldn't have anything. So they make it eminent domain because most people don't know what it is. Then they have me taking a woman's house. I never took the woman's house. I never knocked down anybody's house, but they show a bulldozer knocking down a house. It's really false stuff.
You have very loyal supporters.
I do.
And in fact, I think you were joking, but you said it's getting a lot of buzz. You said you could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody. That wouldn't affect the support you're getting from your supporters.
Well, you don't think I was joking. You know I was joking. Of course I was joking. And the whole room was laughing, and I was laughing when I said it.
Because it got, you know, you had some criticism.
Well, no, from dishonest press. They said, oh, he said something. When they show me, I'm laughing, they're laughing, everybody's having a good time. Of course I'm joking. I mean, you know that.
Of course.
But, and the purpose of that is to say that people love me. You know, they want to stay with me. They're loyal. They're tired of seeing our country being pushed around and led by people that are stupid people. They're tired of it, Wolf. I mean, we're tired of the Iran deals. We're tired of the Sergeant Bergdahl deals, where we get a traitor and they get 5 of their killers that they've wanted for years. They're tired of dealing like this. We can't take it anymore. And people are looking at it, and they're looking at me, and they have confidence in me. You know, I built a great, great company, and I'm going to use that talent now to do it for the United States.
Another New Yorker who's built a great company is Michael Bloomberg, the former mayor of New York City. He's now toying with the idea of running as a third-party independent. If he were to do so, could you beat him?
I'd beat him, and I would love him to do it, actually. I love the competition. I love the competition. I would love for Michael to do it. You know, we used to be friends. I guess we're not friends anymore. I don't think we are. But we used to be friends, good friends. When I had a problem, he had a big problem in the Bronx, I cleared up the problem. There was a big project that they were unable to get it built. It was under construction for like 25 years, way, way over budget. I took it over, I got it knocked up in 1 year, and now it's a tremendous success. Michael asked me if I'd get involved in it, and I'm the one that got it done and did a great job.
Well, it could be competitive.
I hope he's going to do it. I mean, I hope he's. I don't know that he is.
There's a lot of murmurings that he might do it. You've listed your net worth as about $10 billion. Forbes says, we just checked, at $36.5 billion for Michael Bloomberg.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe
You don't think he's worth 30?
It's a technology company. I mean, if somebody came in, frankly, and comes up with a better machine than him, people stop using.
So what do you think
machines.
he's worth?
I don't even know why. I have no idea. I don't even know why other companies haven't come up with a better machine. I mean, why? I mean, it's so simple. They come up. It's such a competitive world, but for some reason they haven't come up with a machine. I don't know. Maybe because he was the mayor of New York. I don't know. But they haven't come up, and it's so easy to do, you would think. So I think it's very fragile. I like real estate better.
If he says he's ready to spend $1 billion of his own money to be elected president, are you ready to match him dollar for dollar?
I don't know.
You're the Republican
I don't know.
nominee?
I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think he's going to run, actually, but I may be wrong, but I don't think he's going to run.
Why don't you think he might run?
I'm the only, so far, if he comes in, he'd self-fund. I'm the only person self-funding. Everyone else, I mean, Ted Cruz is totally conditioned down to the oil companies. I mean, the oil companies control him and others. You look at Jeb Bush, poor Jeb. I mean, here's a guy spent $100 and some odd million already, and he's almost last. What he's done to the Bush family, and he doesn't even want to use the Bush name. He's ashamed of the Bush name. What Jeb Bush has done to the Bush family is very sad. Then he brings out his mother. I said, Jeb, your mother can't help you with ISIS. She can't help you with China. She can't help you with these people, Jeb. You got to do it yourself. But here's a guy spends over $100 million and he's nowhere. I mean, I think he's disgraced himself, to be honest with you. But you have all these people, whether it's Jeb or Hillary or anybody, they're all controlled by the people that give them the money. I'm putting up my own money. I'm self-funding, which is very nice.
You've called Bernie Sanders a total whack job. You've said you don't know if Hillary Clinton will make it legally. Who would you rather face in a general election contest?
I don't care. I mean, really, I don't even focus on them. I only focused on Hillary for a couple of days last week, as you saw. I don't even think about Hillary, and I don't think about Bernie Sanders. The first thing I have to do is, we had 17, now we're down to about 12 or 13. I got to get rid of them. I got to win against them. A lot of them I like. They're good people. There's some very good people in that group. I mean it. Really good people. And people that have become friends of mine. You don't see that because you won't report on that stuff. It's more, you know, the conflicts are more fun, right? But I can't tell you really who I'd rather have. I give it a lot of thought, actually, believe it or not. But I don't think it matters. I can say this, I will win. I'll bring in states that nobody ever thought of. I think I have a chance to win New York. I defended New York. Nobody else was going to defend New York last debate and got good credit for it, but the people in New York love that I defended them because nobody ever defends New Yorkers, right? I'm going to win Pennsylvania. I'm going to win West Virginia. I'm going to win Virginia. I'm going to win Michigan because I protect the car industry. Nobody else protects the car industry.
You really think you have this Republican nomination in the bag?
No, I think that I have a good chance. I mean, look, I'm leading in all the polls. Iowa is very important to me. I should say to you, well, I'd like to do well in Iowa. I don't want to do that. I'd love to win Iowa. If I don't win it, I don't win it. I go to New Hampshire where I have a very big lead, and the people up there have been unbelievably good to me. But Iowa is very important to me, and I have a great bond with Iowa, and I'm going to keep Iowa where it is. You know, there's a big move to move Iowa to the back of the pack in the next election cycle. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let that happen. I have a great bond. You look at a guy like Cruz, he came out totally opposed to ethanol. Well, that affects many, many farmers and many, many jobs in the state of Iowa. If I was in Iowa and somebody said I'm opposed to ethanol, I would absolutely not vote for him. And then the governor came out and said you should not vote for him. I mean, they pointed. He said, It wasn't like, vote for somebody. I've never even seen that. Don't vote for this guy. He's really bad for Iowa. So I think that, I'm going to do well in Iowa. I bonded with the people. I bonded with the evangelicals. I bonded with the Tea Party and the people of Iowa.
Before Iowa, there's a Republican debate Thursday night. Fox is hosting that debate. You and Megyn Kelly have had issues. She's one of the moderators. Are you going to be at that Fox debate?
Well, probably. I mean, I don't like her. She doesn't treat me fairly. I'm not a big fan of hers at all. I don't care. I mean, she probably was, I might be the best thing that ever happened to her. I don't know, because whoever even heard of her before the last debate. But I thought she was